In the days of Apostle Joseph Ayo Babalola, I was reading one of his deep stories. That book, I saw it in Prayer City, and till now I've not seen that book. I'm grateful to God that I had access to that book. That book, they were talking about God's servant, Apostle Joseph Babalola. There was a man that walked with him. A man of the Spirit. His name was called Peter Olatunji. Peter Olatunji was a man that operated in deep waters of the Spirit. When Apostle Babalola comes to a point where he cannot get the information he needed to address issues in some communities God was sending him to, he will consult that man. Go and get me information. The man will go into the Spirit and get information up to the 6 generations before. You are not hearing what I'm saying. As I got to that page, I stopped. I started crying. I said, Lord, do you mean that this realm is available? God said, anything is available if you are ready to pay the price. Every level is obtainable. You are not hearing me. Every level in God is accessible, is obtainable. Only if you can pay the price. I had to read it again. If God's servant, maybe because God speaks to him too, he was a core prophet. Apostle Babalola was a core prophet. But when it comes to some point where it looks as if nothing is happening, he will consult Peter Olatunji. The man will go into the deep waters. You are not hearing what I'm saying. And by the time he's coming out, he's giving him extra information. For your information, 7 generations ago, this is what happened. And by the time they start telling this thing to the community, they are beginning to wonder, how do these people know about this thing? There are men that walked in the deep waters. Somebody like Moses, who was not there when God created the universe, went and God showed him how the universe was created. He was not there in the days of Abraham, but God gave him a detailed story about Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Showed him how men failed, angels failed him, failed God, and they, began to meet with beautiful women on the earth and, lost their place in God. God showed Moses this detailed information. Why? He operated in the deep waters. Lord, I want to operate in the deep waters. There are things that are happening in your family. If only you were operating there, you will not be a novice. You will not be struggling. You will address it. Listen to me. It is discovery that leads to recovery. It is discovery that leads to what? You are not hearing me. Discovery leads to what? Recovery. The reason why some have not recovered now is because they lack the basic information that they are. He said, the just shall be delivered through knowledge. Through knowledge shall the just. What that place means, that it is what you know that can guarantee your freedom. No doctor gives you medication without knowing what is fighting you. They will send you for diagnosis. Go and run a test. Listen to me, in this season, God will show you things about your family. God will show you things about your family. God will show you things about your community. Let me hear them loud and clear.